Welcome to English 112 online summer course. The purpose of the video that you're watching is to just kind of give you an overview walkthrough of how to navigate our course. If you are a student who has taken classes at Mitchell previously and really up until very recently, then you are probably familiar with the old style that was just Moodle. Now the college has transitioned into what is called Blackboard Open LMS, or LMS stands for Learning Management System. So now we're looking at a new online portal to do all of our coursework in. It's a mashup of Moodle and Blackboard. I think Blackboard purchased Moodle, and now this is their version of Moodle. I am calling it, for all intents and purposes, Blackboard or Blackboard Open or BBO or something like that. So if you hear me say Blackboard, what I mean is our learning management system, or what you're looking at here on your screen, how I'm delivering the course online. So whenever you first open the course, instead of seeing a long list of everything all on one page, you will see, originally when you get in, you'll come to the welcome and announcements page. If there are new announcements, they'll be posted on this page, and then all announcements, new and old, will be archived in this forum here. And then when you first get into the course, you will be taken to the Getting Started page, and this page will remain here throughout the entire semester because it has not only our course information, but also, so it's not just the first place to go, it's the place to go when you really kind of need help, not with specific assignments, but with things related to the course or the college. So in the Getting Started section of our course, this is really where I want you to go right away. You should read through the syllabus, and this will download as a Word document for you. When you've read the syllabus, then you can go through the syllabus acknowledgement agreement and say, yes, I've read the syllabus, I understand the policies. The syllabus is going to give you all sorts of information. It's going to, it'll open up for you guys on page 1. It's going to talk about the course, talk about me, your instructor. It'll explain all of my recommendations for success. It will explain what you should know and understand by the end of the semester. It tells you the textbook that you need. This is, if you've recently taken English 111 with us, this is the little seagull. It talks about the grade distribution and what I'm grading in the course and how I'm grading it. Goes through, the breakdown of grades and what's expected in a small scale of each assignment. The final exam. It talks about when things are due. It talks about, what happens if you submit the wrong file and having a technology backup plan. The syllabus goes over the missed work policy. It goes over the late work policy. It goes over the extensions. It's absolutely something that I need you to know, and you'll be held accountable to reading through, just so that you kind of fully understand all the policies and the penalties for not adhering to the policies. There's response times, there's a attendance policy that I don't really think applies to you guys. There's census date concept, withdrawal policy, technology requirements, and it's just really everything that you could need to know about this class is in here. It talks about plagiarism and what is acceptable and what is unacceptable regarding plagiarism, and it gives you, just other information. So the syllabus is the kind of the control book for our class. So you should download it, print it out, read it, keep a copy of it, because there will be a situation that arises and you'll need to know the requirements of it. The course schedule is also here, and you can download that as well. The course schedule is going to walk you through what are our major points of discussion and Oh, it's over here on my other screen that y'all can't see. Here we go. When is the last day to withdraw? It's going to talk about what is due on Wednesday. It's going to talk about what is due on Sunday for each week and the date ranges of those weeks. And it will even sometimes link you to the major assignments and provide a small description of the smaller activities for you guys. And then there's, if anyone can't read through a table, there's also alternative versions of viewing the information. So I want you to print this out and keep it as well. After you look at the syllabus and the course schedule, then there's other things. So there's a video here. If you care to watch it, you certainly don't have to. When you are in what this is considered a module, so you have a table of contents, you can navigate through these modules using the table of contents, or you can use sort of these arrow or guided next steps sections, so they'll also just kind of walk you through this information. And of course, I'm currently recording the course tour video, but by the time you see this will be the video right here. You have information on our learning outcomes. You have information on how to use Mitchell's resources to be as successful as possible in this course. There's college resources, so if you need any kind of help, academic advising, student services, community resources, the college services, all of that is here. This goes beyond our class. This is success for you at Mitchell. If you need information about accessibility policies or privacy policies, you can certainly look through 6 and 7 here. I imagine most students skip some of this stuff. Here is how to contact me. If you ever want to meet with me, you'll have to make an appointment because this is a summer class. I don't hold office hours in the summer. But there are other, if you're having technical issues, there's tech support here, Blackboard support, and then just kind of other information that in part we're required to put here. And then it talks about what should you do once you've finished with getting started. So when you are in our class, you'll start at getting started. You'll walk through all of that. One of the next most important things that you need to do is the mandatory course enrollment activity. So this is due on June 6th. And the reason that it's due on June 6th is because according to Mitchell, they say June 6th is the last day that you can complete an activity in your course in order to remain enrolled. So what this says is any student who does not complete the mandatory course enrollment activity or some other activity within the course, a graded activity actually, by the census date, which is June 6th for this semester, will be labeled as a no-show and removed from the course, and you won't really get an F, you won't really get a W, you just will not be enrolled anymore. So you won't be able to continue the class. You'll have to take it again in the fall or wherever. And this kind of gets out the students who aren't planning on participating anyway. So if you are watching this video and you are like, yes, I'm on board, I want to remain in this course, please complete the mandatory course enrollment activity. If you do not want to remain in this course after getting through the syllabus and the getting started early assignments, please withdraw, especially if you've done the mandatory course enrollment activity that says, hey, you want to participate in the course. And if you no longer want to participate in the course and you don't want to fail, then you should withdraw from the class. So do this. It's a quick I think it's 10 question quiz. You can get all the questions wrong and still be enrolled in the class. Start the quiz, submit the quiz, you're good to go. You can work on, introducing yourself to the class through the icebreaker. You can enter the discussion forum and just tell the class 3 things about yourself. They can be any 3 things. Of course, keep it classroom appropriate. You don't have to do the icebreaker, but I have to give you one. So there's that. Now, you will not be able to do anything in this class. In some cases, you won't even be able to see anything in this class until you complete the mandatory course enrollment activity. And the reason that this is important is because, as you'll notice in week 1, the activity that's due on Wednesday is due on June 5th. But if you don't complete the mandatory enrollment activity until June 6th, then you're not going to see the week 1 Blackboard activity until it's too late, and you won't be able to turn it in because I have a very strict missed work policy, and I don't let you make up missed work. So that is just really important that if you're watching this video on Monday or Tuesday or early on Wednesday, you want to go ahead and complete that mandatory enrollment activity so that you can get your Wednesday assignment for this week done and submitted on time. So not having access to the course until Thursday when the mandatory enrollment activities actually due is not a valid excuse for not having completed the first 20-point assignment of the course. So just keep that in mind. Once you get through all of the really annoying initial stuff, getting started, the mandatory course enrollment activity, you can go straight into week 1. The open forum discussion is a discussion that I require students participate in at least 6 times throughout the course of the semester, and I will walk you through in a syllabus video all of this information that you'll see kind of below. You'll see the syllabus acknowledgement agreement, and I, in recording this video, have decided I'm going to make a syllabus video just so that you have that verbal content of what you're expected, and sometimes it's easier to have an instructor explain the syllabus as opposed to you reading it and trying to navigate all those policies. So I'm gonna work on creating something like that, and you will then find it in Getting Started. In the meantime, that will explain the open forum discussion, and then you can jump into week 1. So every single week, and this is going to be the path and trajectory for the rest of the semester, you will see a module. Now in week 1, it's also the beginning of unit 1, so you're going to see a unit and a week module. You will not always see a unit module. You'll see a unit module here in week 1, and you'll see another unit module in week 5 when we begin unit 2, but most of the time it's just going to be a week 1 module. You'll always see an overview video, and that's me walking you through, here's what I expect for you to do this week. Some students will get the hang of it really quickly and they'll stop watching the week 1 overview videos. I understand why you would want to do that. Sometimes in the overview video I'm going to go through major content that you want to look at, like some major assignments, and walking you through how to do them. So if you get to a point in the week and you're like, I don't feel like I've had enough explanation on what to do, that's probably because it's in the week 1 overview video and you might have skipped it. So just keep that in mind as you go forward. Then I will give you lecture videos. These are me lecturing. I don't even know if lecturing is the right word, but I think it is the most academically common word. So really, I like to say I'm explaining, I'm walking you through things, I'm showing you a process. I am trying to simulate the in-person experience as much as possible through videos where I engage with the exact things you are looking at on your screen. So the assignment sheets and the assignments themselves. There will probably only be a handful of times throughout these next 8 weeks that I link you to any content that is not created by me, or already used for our class, like the course textbook or something like that. So in week 1, you're going to see 4 lecture videos. That is really a lot. Most of the time you will see 2. Sometimes you will only see 1, although it may be a longer one. For the most part, you can expect each week to spend about an hour to an hour and a half just digesting information that I'm giving you through air quotes lecture. Then I will always give you an FYI section that can have just a whole bunch of information. Associated readings from our textbook. So if you're not an auditory learner and you prefer to read everything out yourself, then our textbook is going to have a lot of the same information that I lecture on, and you can go in to those sections and look at the readings. I link you to the assignment sheets. So if you're like, well, my teacher keeps talking about an annotated bibliography, what is that? The assignment sheet is probably in the FYI section. I'll give you examples, and then I'll also link you to other resources. And this, putting all this in one page just helps me to limit kind of the visual chaos of this new Blackboard LMS. Below your, imagine this is like sitting in class, kind of the first part of class where you're like, okay, I got to get the information. And then below, kind of toward the bottom, you'll see these little blocks with different color bars, and they're associated with the type of thing that you have to do. So here you see the activity, this new version is really nice because it really highlights the due dates and when things are supposed to be turned in, and did you submit it or not. So here, for example, in week 1 there is a small assignment and there is a quiz. Both are worth 20 points. Sometimes there will be an additional thing. It will be an assignment, a quiz, and a major annotated bibliography, a major paper, or something like that. So just be on the lookout. And then every week you just kind of work through the weekly navigation here up until the final exam. My goal is to get this course completed as quickly as possible. And then as things are completed, I'm going to release them. So you may be able to work ahead, but you may not. Absolutely 100%. By the time it's June 10th, you will have access to week 2. By the time it's June 17th, you will have access to week 3. Hopefully before then, just so that I can get that content out there, but no guarantee. So maybe you can work early if this stuff is available. If it's not available, I haven't created it yet. So there's that. I think this covers everything you need to know in your course tour video and how to navigate it. I think it's really user-friendly. I've been working with this system for maybe a week now, and I've kind of figured everything out that I need to know. So I feel confident you can do it as well. If you have questions about how to navigate, how to turn something in, really the best people to contact would be, I think, the distance learning people, and that would be emailing dl-information@mitchellcc.edu, and there you'd be reaching out to either Melissa Hill or Crystal Dagenhart. These lovely ladies will help you if you're having problems with Blackboard, if you're having trouble logging in, if you're having trouble submitting assignments. Normally I would say just email me for these things, but because we're working with such a new system, I'm not always going to have that information. I will say this though, if you are having trouble with the system and you email DL information, the distance learning people, please also let me know that you're having trouble, because I want to be kept up to date on those things, just in case you have to send me an email at some point and say, hey, I didn't turn in my homework because I'm having problems, and then we can figure out what's going on there. And it's nice to just have a record of you having emailed distance learning. So I think that covers everything. Please email me if you have any questions about this video. Otherwise, go ahead and just jump right into whatever is first, whatever else is left in getting started. So pick up where you left off.